Hello. Today we're going to set up a 3D touch with the Fanuc Cobot. I'm going to start my program here by recording the home position. Now I'm going to tell my robot, get ready to start performing the search. I'll press my F1 instruction key and I'll go to an option called Touch Sensor. The first option I'm going to select is my search start. It's asking for a value here. The value is going to be my touch schedule number. So I'm going to key in a 3 for touch schedule number 3 and press enter. Next, I'm going to plug in a position register. I'm going to use position register 15 for this example. What I'm going to do now is get my robot into position for my search. I'm going to start with my Y search. I'm going to bring my robot down in location for my Y. I'm going to record a point there. The first point is going to be a J motion with a fine termination. This is getting my robot to that location. The second location is going to be the same point with an L move, a linear move with a fine termination. I'm going to also change that position ID number to match my approach position for my search. Now, I'm going to cursor to the end of my line, my second P2, and I'm going to direct the robot which way to search. I'm going to press F4 choice, and I'm going to select search. In this example here, I'm going to be searching in the Y plus direction, so I'm going to select Y plus. The next point I'm going to record is going to be a point for my robot to move around my part. I'm going to record this point, and what I'm going to do here is record this point as an L motion with a fine termination. This way the robot does not crash into the part when it goes around the corner. I'm going to record another point in a different location here. This is going to be a linear motion with a fine termination. And I'm going to record a second linear motion with a fine termination here, and I'm going to make my position ID numbers match. So in this example here, this is position ID 4. I have two position ID 4s in my program, just like I have position ID 2. The first point is to get there, the second point is to search. First point is to get there, second point is to search. To tell it to search here on line 7, I'm going to press F4 choice, and I'm going to go to search. And I want the robot to search in the X plus direction. Now I'm going to search in my Z direction. I'm going to bring the robot up to a location that's safe, away from my part. I'm going to record that point. Now I'm going to bring the robot into a position so I can perform my Z direction search. I'm going to record this point as a J motion. I'm going to make it a fine termination. I'm going to record another point in the exact same location as an L motion with a fine termination. I'm going to change the position ID numbers to match so it's the same location as the approach. Again, you need 2 points in the same location, one to get there and one to search from there. Now I'm going to tell the robot to search in my -Z direction. Now a 3D touch requires one search in 3 different directions. We did that with the X, Y, and Z. Now I'm going to tell the robot to stop searching. F1 instruction, go to touch sensor, search end. I'm going to record a point in space for my robot to pull up away from the part so I don't crash into it if I do any type of air movement. I'm going to record that with the F1 key. Now the next motions I'm going to record are going to be my approach, my weld start, my weld end, and my escape point. Those are the points I would like to move with my part. In order for those points to move, I have to give the robot an instruction and tell it to offset those points. To do that, you press F1 instruction, go back to touch sensor, and select touch offset. Now I'm going to use PR15 that I have in my program, and now I'm going to record my points as if I would program my robot. I'm going to bring the robot down to my approach position. I'm going to record that. I'm going to bring the robot to my weld start location. Once I get my robot into position, I'm going to record that with my weld start. I'm going to take the robot to my weld end location. Once I get the robot in position for my weld end, I'm going to record that with my weld end key. Now I'm going to teach an escape point. I'm going to record that with the F1 point key. Now at this point, what I'm doing, I'm going in my F1 instruction, and I'm giving the robot an instruction to stop adjusting the points with my program. So I'm going to select touch offset end, and I'm going to record one final point to send the robot back home. I'm going to change my position ID number back to 1 to send the robot back home. And now I'm going to execute my program from line 1. Now the first time I play back my program, I make sure my master flag is turned on. To do that, you go to line 2 in your touch schedule and turn your master flag on. So when you execute your program, the robot comes in, touches the part, it's searching in Y, searching in X, and now it's going to get in position and search in its -Z direction. Now the robot is going to go through the program as it was taught. My weld start, my weld end, my escape point. What I'm going to do now is go in my touch schedule and turn off my master flag. So I go and turn my master flag to the off position, and I'll run my program one more time. This time I execute the program with the master flag turned off. When the master flag is on, the robot is learning the 0 location of the part. When the master flag is turned off, the robot then will apply the offsets to the path. It's very important to teach the 0 position of the part first, and then run the program through with the flag off just to make sure the robot accepted it. After we just executed the program with the flag off, what we're going to do now is raise up the part by placing these plates underneath it. And I'm going to run my program again. So the robot's going to search in X and Y, and then it's going to search in Z. And now the offset will be applied, and the robot will go right down the joint as it was taught. And that is how you do a 3D touch with a Fanuc Cobot.